What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm certainly are. It just never seems to end this beautiful weather. We just had it now for I don't know how many weeks, but it's amazing. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste your time. I want to talk to you about something regarding what I from my early videos there about health and nutrition, and why I really think that something we usually forget is that we always rely on other people. And I want to bring up a quote from a very famous person from way back a long time ago. His name was Hippocrates, and one of his very famous quotes is that he said that we should, well, if you're not your own doctor, you're a fool, basically. That's something we should really take to heart and really try to understand. I think that's so important, especially today's day and age, that we always put our life in other people's hands, and we take it for granted. We don't think we have much to say on our own, but I think that's very wrong. And I definitely think that we should more embrace our own capacity to deal with our own problems in life. Definitely when it comes to health, and always remember that we have everything from the beginning in our own hands. I mean, we can look into what disease really is. It's always a symptom that something is wrong in the body, and it's almost all the time it depends on what we put in there. Because when we clog the system from the colons to the liver and everything, it's in the lymphatic system, it's causing a lot of issues, and that's where disease come from. And you don't have to believe me, but I wouldn't trust the medical authorities, because they're not in for the health. They're in for making money and selling drugs, basically, because that's what they do. They are educated salespersons who are there to find symptoms, and in that way they can localize where it is, and then they can prescribe you a drug, and that will mild down the symptoms. I think it's so important that we really understand that we should take full responsibility for our own health and not trust in other people. It never stops to amazes me how many people, when they get certain disease, doesn't matter what it is, if it's a heart attack or stroke or they get cancer, they're always in shock and they can't believe what happened. They think it's so unfair, and then we look back at their lives and what they have done and how they mistreated their own body, and you can start to ask yourself, don't they really love themselves, or what is the issue there? Like, is it something really deep rooted into themselves, that they just want to end the misery or something? Because if you really love yourself 100%, why would you treat your body like a trash bin? Really? Why don't treat it with love and respect, and nourish it with the fuel that it's supposed to have? I mean, most people, they take care of their cars more and better than what they do with their own vehicle that they only have one of. The car, they can buy a new one. If the current one gets wasted, just buy another one or fix it. But with this vehicle, we only have one. I really believe that we should take care of it as much as possible. And I think it's so sad to see that people, how they mistreat themselves. And so what I want to have said with this is that I want people to take more responsibility in their own lives. I want them to be aware of that every decision we make now and will have an impact later on in later stages of life. We can't get around that, unfortunately. And it's so important when it comes to nutrition and diet. Like, we have to be aware of. I think that's the key here. Like, to raise the awareness, so people at least know what they're doing. Because when I look around, I see a lot of people, they don't even know what they're doing. Basically, they don't even know why they're eating so much, and they're definitely not aware of the consequences, what will happen with them. And we're so brainwashed also to believe that because of the medical system and everything, that especially here in Sweden, they don't even learn basically anything about nutrition. I think they have about 7 or 8 hours in the entire educational plan, which is about 7 years. So they basically learn 1 hour on nutrition each semester. That's insane. And then we put our lives in their hands and think that they will fix everything. Of course they serve a purpose. I mean, if you get severe injured, there's no other way than maybe to lay down on the table and put a knife in you. But I mean, I believe that we should live by prevention. We should make good choices so that it first of all doesn't happen. It doesn't get to that point where we need to be put on the table, unless we're in an accident or something like that. But most of the time it could have been prevented if we make better choices. And so I think that's what I want to have said with this. I want people to be more aware and definitely take better care of themselves, so that we can learn our children and our friends and families as well. Because our kids will always look up to us, what decisions we make. If we're walking around with excess amount of body fats and we can't see our best friend when we look down there, I mean, what kind of role model are we for our children, really? I think it's pretty tragic. And at some point they will definitely call out our bullshit if that happens. So I want to leave you with that, and wish you an amazing day. See you in the next one. Take care.